I see a lot of videos about people making claim about how great Gen X is, and they are. Every generation has its greatness, but I'm a boomer, so I'm going to read to you. I didn't construct this, I didn't write it. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to celebrate the indomitable spirit of the baby boomer generation, a group forged in crucible challenge, resilience, and grit that sets them apart from Gen X and the generations that follow. Born between 46 and 64, boomers grew up in the world that demanded toughness, adaptability, and unyielding work ethic. Let me tell you why their strength, physical, mental, and emotional, stands as a towering legacy. First, let's talk about the world they inherited. Boomers came of age in the shadow of World War II, raised by parents who survived the Great Depression and the global conflict. Their childhoods weren't cushioned by modern conveniences of safety nets. Many grew up without AC, air conditioning, microwaves, and the internet. Luxuries we take for granted today. They played outside until dusk, unsupervised, scraping knees, climbing trees, and learning to navigate life risk without a smartphone to call for help. This wasn't just a lifestyle, it was proving ground that built physical and mental fortitude. Boomers faced economic realities and demanded hustle. College wasn't a given. Many went straight to work, often in grueling manual labor jobs, factories, construction, and farms. They didn't have LinkedIn to network or apps to automate tasks. Success meant showing up day after day, clocking in hours of sweat and determination. Compare that to today's gig economy, where flexibility often trumps perseverance. Boomers just didn't work jobs, they built careers, brick by brick, in the era where loyalty to a company meant something. Let's not forget the societal upheavals and they navigated. Boomers lived through the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, the Cold War's constant threat of nuclear annihilation. They protested, they drafted, they debated, often at a great personal risk. They didn't have safe spaces or trigger warnings. They faced tear gas, draft notices, and real world consequences for standing up for what they believed. Gen X and beyond, we've had our struggles, sure, but boomers started down the essential threads with resolve that shaped the modern world. Mentally, boomers were built different. They didn't have therapy apps and mental health days. And if they were struggling, they were told to tough it out, and they did. They raised families, paid mortgages, and saved for the future without the safety net of endless government programs or instant online advice. That stoicism, while not always perfect, bred a resilience that younger generations, with our focus on self-care and work-life balance, sometimes lack. Physically, boomers were no slouches either. They walked to school, biked across town, and didn't have fitness trackers to tell them they hit 10,000 steps. They built the suburbs, literally and figuratively, swinging hammers and raising families in a world without Amazon Prime and DoorDash. Even today, you'll see boomers in their 70s out working folks half their age. Facts. Gardening, volunteering, or still clocking hours at jobs they refuse to retire from. Now, I'm not saying Gen X, Millennials, or Gen Z are soft. Each generation has its own battles: tech overload, economic uncertainty, climate change, but boomers know they were original grinders, the ones who faced the world without guardrails and didn't flinch. They built the infrastructure, the economy, and the cultural shifts we stand on today. They didn't just survive, they thrived with a toughness that's inspiring as it is humbling. So let's raise a glass to the boomers. I don't have one, but it's in there. Stubborn as mules and the backbone of a world that still echoes their strength. May we all learn from their grit and carry it forward. Thank you. I just wanted to put that out there because I see video after video about how tough Gen X is and how they did this and they did that. Well, they forgot about the generation before them, which was, like I said, boomers, 1946 to 1964. So that just means I'm older. Don't mean I'm any better than you, but by gosh, I lived this stuff right here. The work ethic, all that. That was me. So, not saying you don't have that either. I never see a video about this, and I wanted to make one. And it probably won't go viral, but I'd like to see it go viral because, I mean, I don't want to step on anybody's feet and make them cry or wish you any bad luck, but people need to know this stuff if they don't know it. I mean, all I see on here are Gen X telling everybody about how they had it rough and how this and that. So I just want to throw that out there. We were all born here and we're here for a reason. God put us here for a reason, no matter what year we were born. And I'll say that, and we owe him all the praise, and that's a fact. So, yeah, share this with a friend if you want to. I appreciate it, and may your generation survive. Okay? God bless you. Have a good Sunday. I'm pumped up today. Don't know why, I just am ready to. I need one of them noise makers I don't have. Have a great day, everybody.